to another episode. Today is a reaction video, and this one comes from a young man who destroyed a woman's divorce plan. For her, it was foolproof. But before we get into this clip, I gotta ask you guys, was she doing business or was she actually looking for romance and things just didn't work out? Now let's check out the clip.
Ashraf Hakimi is playing 4D chess. This guy's a genius. Hakimi's wife filed for a divorce and demanded half of his property. When his 36-year-old wife took her 24-year-old husband to court, she expected to get an equal share of his 70 million net worth upon separation. But she was informed documents that showed his assets all belonged to his mum. It turns out her millionaire husband owns nothing legally, and even the property is under the mother's name. Every month, Hakimi gets 1 million from PSG and 80% is deposited to Mrs. Fatima's account. He has no property, cars, jewelry, or even clothes in his name. So anytime he wants anything, he has to ask his mum very kindly for it. So Hakimi will lose nothing from this court case and...
Well played. I love the fact that this young man's mother actually stepped up to the plate and made sure he did not get taken advantage of. Especially with women in 2023, because the sisterhood, that bond is so strong that, man, it's kind of crazy. But men, especially young men, this is a message that we all have to pay attention to, because it's crazy to think that you work that hard just to have somebody take it from you. Now, personally, I don't think this was romance at all. In fact, I think she used romance. She seduced this man into believing that she was in love with him and that he was in love with her so she can get to that money. Now, I will say, because you know, young men are hard-headed, but this man seemed to at least listen. Now, I'm wondering if the dad was in on it too, meaning they made sure that his assets were protected.
It turns out her millionaire husband owns nothing legally, and even the property is under the mother's name.
I can honestly say, and he can honestly say, he had the chance for romance. I'm sure he was warned about women who would be coming after him and his money. And
when his 36-year-old wife took her 24-year-old husband to court, she expected to get an equal share of his 70 million net worth upon separation. But she was informed...
She takes the cake, except this backfired on her, and now he's going to be taking some of her cake. This mother deserves Mother of the Year award for her actions and making sure her son was taken care of. Mothers, this is what you're supposed to do, especially with women in 2023. It's difficult, extremely difficult to become successful, let alone playing a professional sport. I don't care what professional sport it is. There was a lot of time put in, a lot of dedication, a lot of focus, a lot of competition against men from everywhere. Because when you start to move up higher and higher, you go from being the best on your street to the best at your school to the best in your city, then state, then across the states, right? And depending on what country you're in, oh my gosh, it gets even more competitive because men see this is a great way to make money. One, it keeps you in the spotlight. It keeps you in shape. Most importantly, it puts a lot of money in your pocket, which allows you to go out and do things. This woman is clearly a gold digger.
Hakimi's wife filed for a divorce and demanded half of his property.
This was a plan that we can all see that she had from the very beginning. And that sucks because when you're looking for romance and you think you found it, only to find out that this woman is just running game, that has to be heartbreaking. If you're in love with this woman, that means you're planning a life with her. Meanwhile, all she's planning to do is get your money. Now, this woman is the reason why I tell men to enjoy the hookup culture, because you could have easily been caught up just like this young man here. In fact, I got caught up a couple of times because women have game. They have a way of making you feel amazing to then making you feel like shit. So to enjoy this hookup culture, you're going to have to adapt to the dating marketplace as it is today, because it is completely different from anything that you have ever experienced. To do this, you're going to have to get your income up. You're going to have to increase your income or find a way to make a lot of money. I like to say, find something you're passionate about and find 5 ways to make money from that. Also, improve your physique. Now, it helps when you're an athlete because you should stay in shape. I know some athletes are in tip-top condition and some athletes aren't, but at least if you have a decent physique, you got a great chance at a good quality of life. Most important lesson I've learned from this clip is protect your assets. Make sure that when you do start making money, that money goes into a separate entity, not your name. Mainly a LLC or something like that, unless you really have this type of mother that you can trust. Can you imagine the joy this man felt when he was with this woman? Because this woman is absolutely beautiful. She's stunning. She's gorgeous. Can you imagine how he feels? He got himself a beautiful woman. She can't take anything from him. Do you know how that feels? It has to feel amazing to be able to wake up next to your wife and she's beautiful, and just know in the back of your mind, no matter what, she has to be here because she loves me. She has to, because if she doesn't, she gets nothing. What type of mother do you have? Because this mother protected her son in the best way possible, making sure the riches stay in the family. So I have a question for you guys. Do you really think that she was really in this marriage for romance, or was she really just looking at this young man as a paycheck for the rest of her life? Comment under this video. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.